Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. You know we might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. Welcome to Just Us Thinkin.
Hey everybody.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we have a new show.
We do. What's this one?
How clueless are you?
We're all pretty clueless, I would say.
I think that's true to a certain point.
Yeah. I think everybody has their own quirks or their own things that they're clueless about.
I agree. I agree.
Everybody has them, so.
And I think what makes a marriage work the best is the one person better know about it than the other person.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest, I am horrible with paperwork.
Okay.
So like deadlines for bills and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I'm clueless when it comes to those. I really am. I set things up on auto pay and I just let them roll.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that, and I know this from a lot of the older generations, because when one person passes away that did a lot of the stuff, the other person is like, I have no clue what I'm doing.
Oh, that sucks.
It's crazy that happens.
Yeah.
But it is a fact of life.
It is, yeah.
There should be a few things that you should know.
There should be, yeah.
I mean, now I've been in the auto finance for a long time.
Okay.
And I don't know how many times I've gotten a call said, hey, I haven't gotten a bill yet for my car. And they bought a brand new car and the brand I'm at.
Okay.
And I'm answering the phone. I'm like, well, who did you finance through? I don't know. Did you look at your contract?
I mean, I would think that would be something that you might want to know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, are you not looking at the rest of the contract or like what? Like, do you know how much you pay? I mean, come on now.
I think that's something like I would ask, like when I'm like, oh, I got finance.
Oh.
Okay, who?
Yeah.
I'm not just going to say, the dealership's not going to say, hey, you got finance. I'm like, great. All right, I don't care who it is. Who gives a shit?
Wow.
I'm moving on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then like a month later, you're like, shouldn't I pay for this?
Like, shouldn't I be getting something in the mail? Like,
right?
Like, how do you not, like, I just don't understand people who don't read stuff like that.
It's amazing.
I mean, I might not understand all the terms and conditions on a contract like that, but at least I know, like, who I'm paying, how much I'm paying, and when it's due. Right. Like, I might not know too much about the rest of the stuff on there, but I know those three things for sure. I mean, at least you would think you would.
I would hope. I don't know how many times I've gotten a call and like, oh, I think I'm like through SAC or I'm through Bank of America or Wells Fargo has a loan. I'm not Wells Fargo. I'm not Bank of America. Yeah. I'm not SAC.
Call Wells Fargo.
Every once in a while, like, can you tell me how much I owe though?
Nope.
No. You don't pay me.
Right?
Move along.
I get a kick out of, and it hasn't happened too much recently, but like when I first started in my career, I would get, people that travel like every week and they don't know where they're traveling to.
How do you not know where you're going?
Well, when you travel, like, 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month,
You should still know where you're going.
you might start getting a little confused. They might start running together a little bit.
I don't care. If I leave the house, I don't get halfway to Target and go, oh, I was supposed to go to Walmart.
I like the New Yorkers. Oh my gosh. They're notorious for, what airport am I flying out of?
Okay,
Like,
so is there multiple airports?
there is, yeah.
Okay.
There's like New York LaGuardia, New York JFK, and then there's Newark. And they're all pretty much like within like a certain radius. So yeah, they're like, oh, I thought I was leaving out of JFK. Well, no, you're leaving out of LaGuardia.
That's... I'm sorry, but that's... Before you leave, shouldn't you check that out?
You should.
Do you have a ticket or something?
That's why we send you an email.
So you give them emails?
Yeah, with your flight information. I
would check that before we get, I'm sitting in the airport for an hour, like, how come my flight's not taking off? Oh shit, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Now, you've pissed me off doing this.
Oh, yeah?
Because I know you've done it twice.
Okay.
You like to use that goddamn app to order food.
Oh, yeah.
While we're going through the drive-thru.
Okay.
And you've ordered at the wrong location.
Okay, so in my defense, that app is supposed to pick up the closest one to you. Okay?
Do you double check it?
So there's two on the same street. There's like one like north 72nd and then one like south, not south 72nd, but it's south of the other one.
Right.
And I'm like, you would think it would pick up the one that's closest to where I'm driving. Now, I could see if I was maybe going up that street and I was going to maybe pass both of them, but I'm nowhere in the vicinity of that second one where it put me to.
Okay.
Like, really?
So what if they're closer to the airport? They assume that they're going to New York.
No, you should know that shit.
Well, so you should,
You're in a big ass city, and you should know your shit. Sorry. Just saying.
Kind of agree, but there are people out there that don't even know who their car insurance is through.
Okay, well, sometimes, I know sometimes I used to, I had an insurance agent. And, that stuff could change. Like, maybe one year you're going with AAA, the next year you're going with State Farm, and then maybe, the following year you go to Progressive, and then maybe you go back to State Farm. I mean, that happens.
How?
Why are you changing who you finance through so much?
No, that's insurance.
No, insurance.
Oh.
And that's because they offer lower rates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, every year you switch?
Maybe sometimes.
Don't they give you a little... They send you a card, right?
They do. But sometimes you have... Because you're... I know because I used to have an insurance agent that would look for the best insurance for me. And once my State Farm was up, if he found a lower rate with Progressive, then I switch over to Progressive. I don't do that anymore, but I mean...
Yeah, because I don't like switching every...
Yeah.
And the reason I don't like switching is because I don't want to, figure out who I'm going through this time. This is bullshit. There's some people that don't even know who their mortgage company is through.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
And, I mean, some people, refinance those. So, maybe they forgot they refinanced 2 years ago or something. I don't know. And you get old and you forget that kind of stuff.
I could get old, and I forget as I get old. But there are certain things in life you have to know.
I know. I mean, you should know your shit.
You should know your shit. That's that also goes for knowing your job too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There are some people out there that have no idea what they do.
Yeah.
Or even how to explain that to someone else.
Right?
It's have you ever talked to somebody that they didn't quite understand what they did, and they tried to explain their job to you?
Yeah.
And it's like, do you think you're a spy? The way you're talking about this job is well, I handle money from one person to another.
I money launder.
So you're a bank? No. I'm not a bank, but I do this and this. Are you a, and then you realize, wait, what's that company you work for? You're like, I work for Albertsons. Oh, you're a cashier.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
A cashier is technically in finance because they handle money,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you can spin whatever job you do to whatever the hell you want to do.
That is true. They do handle money. So yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And you handle transactions.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
bank tellers do the same work too.
They do.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you want to spin what your job function is, you could classy it up.
Yeah.
The people that don't care, say, I'm a cashier at the smoke and poke. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
The other question is that I have for you is, because I know this has been kind of one of my biggest pain points.
Okay.
Managers that do not know what your job is,
Okay.
or they couldn't even do it if they tried.
Yeah. I've been pretty lucky where most of my like team leads, they would know what I do.
Okay.
Like their managers, they might have, 10 years ago where things have changed a lot, so they might not be able to do it today.
Well, and that's what I was
But,
asking.
Yeah.
Sometimes your direct manager has to know what you do,
Right.
but there are other
Like their managers.
their managers don't know
Yeah.
how to do it. And I like Bar Rescue. I
Love
do
that
watch
show.
it. It's hilarious. But there are some of these like people who own a bar
That have
that
no clue.
can't make a drink.
Oh my god.
Like, how the hell do you own a bar but don't know how to make a drink?
Well, either that or they don't know how to manage their books.
No shit.
Like what? Like what?
Yeah, are you stupid?
Oh my god.
What was this a good idea to buy a bar?
Right?
I'm like, you got to be. I mean, and I hate to say it, restaurants should fit in that same
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a manager in a restaurant, you should probably know how to run that restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a cook that's off, you better be able to know how to get in that kitchen and cook.
Or have two cooks.
Right?
Or 3 or 4.
Yeah, enough to keep you out of trouble.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but that's to me that's stupid.
Yeah.
And I think once you get so far removed from it and you stop doing it, like if you're in a call center, if your managers don't have to deal with the customers,
Yeah.
and they don't know what you deal with on a daily basis, and they're so far removed from it, it's hard for an employee to say and to really listen,
Right.
because that causes problems.
Yeah.
It's like, well, don't worry, hang in there.
Yeah.
And they give you this positive view. I'm like,
When you have 50 calls on hold and
Yeah.
they're like, okay, come on now, you can do it.
Yeah.
No.
let's pull together. We're not pulling together. I don't see you jumping on the phone and
Right?
cranking out a few of these.
Yeah. Now I'm pretty lucky. My current manager, she came from, she's been an agent, so she can jump in there and take a call.
Well,
And she's gotten calls and
After
hours.
That's a good
Yeah.
manager. Rebecca's manager. I don't think you listen to the show, but if you do, you are a good manager.
Yeah. So.
But if you're one of these managers that you jump off that front line and you will not take a phone call, or you won't get back on that front line.
Yeah, you don't.
You're not a
deserve your
manager.
job.
You're not a leader.
Yeah.
Okay? Leaders lead by example and by doing.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
It's the jackass managers
Yeah.
that, they're the ones in the back going, good job, everybody. We can pull it. 15 more calls and we're out of queue. Well, there's 15 managers. Got an idea, guys? Right?
Yeah.
Will one of those jump on a call and take a phone call and help with the
Probably
queue?
not.
No.
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 But they'll bitch at you when they don't. Hey, hurry up with that phone call. Let's do that. Well, Instead of you coming over here poking me in the shoulder, why don't you jump your ass on that phone and take a
Exactly.
phone call?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Just go take your own phone call.
Yeah.
You go deal with someone who's not happy.
It's crazy. I mean, and you have like it's like someone that could arrange things that doesn't know how to arrange anything.
Yeah.
You know?
We get those sometimes too. They're like, "Oh, I don't travel myself, so I don't know what I'm doing." I'm like, "Well,
If you're booking a travel and you don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing, maybe you should figure that
at least
out.
they're not traveling."
Right. Maybe I guess it's hard to, if they don't travel, trying to book for travel
Yeah.
seems like I mean, shouldn't you at least go through the motions to see how it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I think that's the case.
I would think so too. Yeah. It's kind of funny how that stuff works out sometimes.
I'm just saying, if being clueless, I get in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think once you're so far, I don't expect the CEO to say, "All right, I'm going to jump on the phone
Right.
calls today." I get,
But like your immediate manager or team lead should know how to do that.
yeah, I want to say it should be like the person doing the job, their direct report, and maybe their two up the chain.
Yeah.
They should still be able to handle phone calls and jump on the phone calls. And I'm sorry, but and I'm saying phone calls, but I'm saying the register or whatever
Yeah.
it is. That person should still be able to jump up. I remember working
They
at.
get paid big bucks for something. Do it.
I remember, and I want to. It was a Price Chopper in Kansas City.
Okay.
They're at their store, their headquarters. It was one of the manager, Cosentino's Price Chopper. I'm going to give you credit, Cosentino. He had a policy at one time that I remembered that the executives, they would come in and then they have to jump on the registers.
Oh wow.
And I've never, you don't see that.
Yeah.
I have to give him props because these people that are so far removed had to go do that job. There was a few times where I watched where they had to stock and do. They had to go down to the bottom and
Oh, wow.
and do that work to
Yeah.
understand what their workers went through. Excellent idea.
Yeah, that is a
I-
really good idea.
I stand by what his. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think they did it all the time. It
Yeah.
wasn't like every week they go do that.
Yeah.
But they got that experience to do that.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer that if you're going to be making money or supervising people that are on the phone call, stocking shelves, doing that
Day to day.
that day-to-day
Yeah.
task that keeps your business operating, I think everybody in that company should understand and should experience taking that phone call.
Yeah.
If not once a month, every couple months, or every, at least one quarter, I'm going to go spend a day in their shoes to understand what they're doing.
That's actually a really good idea.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
some of these companies will listen and say, "You know what, Michael, that's a great idea." And let me put it this way. You'll have a lot more respect for your employees if they know that you went and did their job
Yeah, that's true.
and
yeah.
understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Because half the people I know, if they would just get out of their cozy office or off the golf course
Yeah.
and go in and do the basic job, you'll have an understanding of, oh shit, this doesn't work. Yeah, your employee's been saying that for like months.
Yeah.
Maybe if you listen, well, I didn't know it was a big deal. Yeah, because you don't do the goddamn job.
Right.
I think that's what pisses me off.
Okay.
It'd be like running a bunch of coders, and they're like, I have a bunch of programmers, and I have no idea how to even read programming.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. If that's a different department, and I'm overseeing it, I still want to know a little bit. I should have some basic knowledge.
Basic knowledge. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
I should at
agree.
least know that at least what program they're running. That Turbo C++, is that Java? Are we using Cobalt here still? You got to understand that boss that gets so far removed and won't do the job or can't do the job, you lose your employees
quicker.
Yeah, you lose your employees, and they don't respect you because you can't do what they do.
Right.
I think that's where the disconnect happens. So, now we don't like disconnects here.
We don't.
We like you to subscribe, follow.
Yep, like, subscribe, and follow.
There you go. See all three of those. Make sure you leave a comment.
Yeah, we'd like to get some more interaction with some of you guys. So leave a comment.
Yeah, leave a comment.
Yeah.
If we're way off base, let us know. Yeah. If you agree with us, say something and, engage a little bit. We love that.
We do.
You can do that on Facebook, Instagram, X,
and
we're on YouTube, Rumble.
Okay. Yep.
Spotify, iHeart, all of them.
Okay. Wow.
So
we're everywhere.
We're everywhere. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow. And then Clueless is going to the after show.
It is.
All right.
Let's
head over to the after show.
Bye, everybody.
Come and guest on our show. A mic is waiting for you. Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes? Are you funny at all? Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. We might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue? And the skewers too. This concludes our broadcasting day.